So today I'm going to be talking about what to expect when coming out as transgender, short-term and long-term. From my perspective, I've gone through quite a bit in the year and a half I've been out, and I just want to kind of share my experiences today, and hopefully it can help you if you're getting ready to come out. So first, it is very overwhelming, but absolutely amazing. So there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to experience, there's a lot that you didn't see coming. There's a lot of things that you need to do whenever you come out as transgender, and it's wild. Like, the name change alone took so much work, and there's still some things I have not changed my name for, and I just got kind of overwhelmed because I already did so many name changes that some things that didn't really matter, I kind of just left it. And then eventually it kind of bit me in the ass, but hopefully you can make like a list of the most important things and just kind of go from there, because I had a situation where I had my own name on a card and I didn't think that card was active anymore, and literally it started to give me a fee for something I didn't even know I was getting. So I completely forgot about it because my name changed. So yeah, those kind of things happen. You have to think about work, you have to think about family, you have to think about friends, you think about all this stuff. You have to change your entire wardrobe, and just everything just kind of gets flipped upside down, and you think you're like ready for it. And I'm like, obviously I was knowing I was transgender before, but it's just kind of like you don't know what it takes for the everyday to live life as a girl in society, and it's crazy. But once things settle and you get used to all the craziness, it's life-changing, amazing, worth it. And if you're truly transgender, it's a dream come true, and that's what it was for me. I sometimes just look at myself in the mirror and just start just getting this overwhelming feeling of euphoria, and I'll be out and about and someone won't notice that I'm transgender, and I just love it. It's the absolute best feeling in the entire world, and just to look down and see your clothes and just everything around you, and living life as Aaron, E-R-I-N, instead of Aaron, A-A-R-O-N. And I know it doesn't sound like a big difference, but I see it everywhere now, and it's so nice and just calms me down, to be honest. Just, I'm done with that bullshit of the first 30 years of my life, and it's nice. So, overwhelming, but amazing. That's one thing to expect. And this can go on forever and ever, but I'm gonna go to my next topic, and that is the emotional ups and downs. So, if you get on hormone replacement therapy, which is short HRT, you will experience so much craziness, and it's wild. One day you will be so happy, the next day you'll be so sad. Something you see on TV will make you cry. Something that normally wouldn't make you cry in everyday life just makes you literally break down in the craziest tears you've ever experienced, and just, it's absolutely insane. And I can't count how many times that I've been like, I got this, and then I end up in tears. And then how many times I've gone somewhere and just been so euphoric and feeling almost like I'm on top of the world, you know? Like, I am here and I've done it, and I am a woman in society today, and it's just crazy with these hormones. They get so intense, and definitely a way to make it better is to have a regular schedule. Take them exactly the same time every single day. I am definitely guilty of not, and I'm actually guilty of not taking them some days. And yeah, it can really affect your mood and just cause some major shifts in your mental state. I swear, oh my god, I've had some really wild days. So yeah, emotional ups and downs, be prepared for them, because it's just sometimes a little intense, and it's good to have a therapist. The therapy will definitely help calm these things and let you know that it's okay to experience this and it's normal, and that you can find ways to reduce it. I actually have a video to reduce anxiety It's like way back when, but it's on my page if you look down, and that's good for before and after coming out. But I definitely use things like that, and meditation really helps. Journaling really helps. Just kind of write down your thoughts and just be aware of who you are and what you're feeling, and just know that it is going to pass and that you can overcome this. So that's the main thing that I do to kind of calm me down during these huge emotional spikes. But yeah. Next thing, things you like will probably change. This isn't the case for everyone, but I don't know. I used to constantly play guitar and sing and make all this music, and I used to skateboard. I used to just be wearing guy clothes, obviously, and I would just be into certain like guy movies a lot more, and I just kind of related to it in certain ways more than I do now. And kind of like things I talk about with people have changed. I used to be so restricted, and I would just be in this box of what I can talk about, and now the box is open. Like, it's just stuff I never would have talked about before I talk about now with people, and it's really nice. Just freely speak your mind and not worry about any kind of judgment, because I was constantly afraid that someone was going to clock me or just know that I was transgender. And yeah, now I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, and I'm just free. So yeah, along with that, before I came out, I was cross-dresser, and my style has completely changed compared to what it used to be. I was like really like slutty and short skirts and really like sexy clothes, and now it's more like normal society clothes that girls wear. I noticed I've definitely had a toned down look compared to before, and sometimes it's fun to do that. That's what I used to do and explore that stuff, but it just kind of doesn't really interest me as much anymore. And now I just kind of have my own style that kind of blends in with society, and it works for me. And not to say this will happen to you, but it just happened to me, so it's definitely changed a lot. My style has changed completely, and it's mostly because I want to just blend in, stuff like that. Another one is, it is very expensive to come out as transgender. You have to worry about medicine. If you're going to be on HRT, you have to worry about surgeries. I had to get a whole another wardrobe, and that was ridiculous. Like I said before, I was cross-dressing and had all these cross-dressing clothes. They just don't work for going to work. They don't work for going to a family event. They don't work for going to anything, to be honest, except for like maybe if I was going to like some formal dinner or something, or just going out to a club, which I don't even do that at all. So yeah, keep that in mind. You're gonna need a whole lot of saved up money to kind of like do everything that you want to do. And not to say you need the money, but it definitely helps a lot to just kind of save right now if you're in the closet, and just keep in mind that you can accumulate stuff before you come out, and that includes makeup. Makeup's so expensive. I spend so much money on it. So while you're cross-dressing, it's good to explore makeup and find stuff that really works for you, because you'll buy like a whole thing that's $15 and you'll realize this doesn't work for me. And it's good to do that long before you come out, because then you can be like, I like X, Y, and Z, this is what looks good on me, and I will be using this moving forward. And that's the kind of stuff that I like really didn't do. I didn't have a bunch of stuff that I already was really liking when it came to being in society and passing and just being kind of not over the top. I just wanted to blend, so I had to learn to have like more simple makeup. And as you can tell, my makeup's very clean. I like a matte look, and I really focus on my eyes a lot and don't overdo anything else really. It's kind of my thing. It doesn't have to be for you, but for me, I felt it helped me really pass in society, and I've perfected it completely. I practice so much, so keep that in mind whenever you come out as well. And the next thing, you will be uncomfortable in many different situations, even long term. So at first, everything is uncomfortable. Like, going to work was absolutely wild for me. I couldn't believe how scary it was. It was so unreal. Like, I couldn't believe how much I had to go through with that, and just family stuff and everything was just a little, I don't know, overwhelming, like I said before. Main things that really bugged me was my voice. I don't really like my voice still, and I say this a year and a half later. I definitely have like worked on it, and some things haven't changed. My cat's being crazy in the background. So Banks, please stop. He's crazy. He has a stomachache today though. I feel bad for him. Banks, come here. Banks, come here. Okay, I think he stopped. He didn't come here though. But anyways, back to where I was. So my voice, that was really hard to get used to, and I've said this before, but a good way to practice is to get on the phone with people and kind of like work on perfecting it. And if they call you she, her on the phone, then that's perfect. You know, you've done it. Just keep on working on that. And if you're cross-dressing, go out in public and practice talking as well. It's something that you really should perfect before coming out, because it is ridiculous. Like, I just felt really strange when my voice would drop to a lower octave or something around people, because it fluctuated at first. At first it was like really high and then really low, and then I kind of like had a happy medium. Right now this is where it is, so it makes me feel comfortable, and I don't have to think about things when I talk nearly as much as before. If I really want to go super high, then it will like make me think too much, and I don't have a good flow to my talking. So yeah, think about that kind of stuff. Walking was another one. I had a really hard time with walking, and I still do. So I have a hard time with my back. I kind of like slouch a little bit, so I had to learn to like stand up straight and like walk really good. And I learned how to like keep my back aligned while like still like having my hips move back and forth while I walk. And I had this thing someone taught me when I was little, to hold my fist like this when you walked. Like, they said guys don't have their hands out when they walk. That's too girly. So literally from kindergarten until before I came out, I walked with my fist closed just because of one asshole told me it was girly. And I made that a thing for the rest of my life, to be like, I need to walk like this so people don't clock me as being transgender. So I had to like learn to like keep my hands like out and loose whenever I walk. It's really a weird thing that I had to do, but you'll learn that some mannerisms that you picked up on from other guys, you need to drop that stuff and watch girls, observe them, observe how they walk. If you want to pass, you don't have to do this stuff. It just helped me just kind of blend more and drop those habits that I shouldn't even have learned in the first place. So you gotta think about that. You're not really being someone that you're not. You're just learning to be a clean slate as yourself, and you'll find things that you like to do that you thought were wrong before. So yeah, another thing is the bathrooms. I had a hard time with bathrooms, and I still do to this day. I don't have bottom surgery, so I feel like I'm peeing like a guy, and I just don't want to like hear it. I had to like learn to like make a certain sound when I pee, and it sounds really weird to talk about this, but I don't want to sound like a guy peeing in the stall next to a girl. I just don't. Like, I have to find a way to sound like I blend in when I'm peeing. So I found a way, and you just have to like listen and try to make it sound like that. It sounds really weird to say this, but it's true. Like, I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable in the bathroom, because there's so many issues with bathrooms these days. I just want to blend in, walk in, do my thing, and get out. Bathrooms are not fun, and I find myself going to bathrooms that people don't usually go to, and I find myself going to the bathroom before I go out. I make sure I go right before I leave, and I found myself holding it until I got home sometimes, which is kind of sad. I hope that becomes more natural in time, but I think it will, and it's just something I had to deal with personally. And then another thing is clothing. Clothing, you have to find what fits you, and I found like I'll think something looks good in the store on me, and then I'll go to wear it out and I'm constantly like tugging on it, like it's too short because that's the style these days, or it doesn't like look good on me after I've been like wearing it for a while. I just don't really like the look of it. You really need to find your style and what's comfortable, because that's the most important thing. Like, if you can go out and you feel comfortable wearing that out and about all day long, and you don't even like try to adjust it, or you're not constantly looking in the mirror or something, then that's the outfit for you. It really is. So I've been kind of diving into that, just finding things that I know that don't make me feel uncomfortable. At the same time, I try different things, but I still want to kind of filter out the things that I don't feel comfortable wearing. And you'll look at my closet and I'm have all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm never gonna wear this out again. I wore it one time and I didn't like it, so it's probably best to just donate that stuff or sell it if you're not wearing it, and then you can kind of have that closet where you can just go in there and everything in the closet is something that you would wear that day. Because it's really amazing in the girl world for me, because I do love going to my closet because I like so many things in there. Because whenever I was a guy, I was literally going to my closet and crying. I would cry over and over and over again about what I had to choose from. I hated all of it, and I ended up just wearing the same like 4 shirts constantly. I wore the same thing over and over and over again. So now I can go to my closet and there's like 100 things that I could wear, and it's so nice to just be like, this is the one. And I don't even really think about it too much. So it's nice to get used to your wardrobe and find out what's uncomfortable and what is comfortable for you. So another thing is, things will become natural over time. You will learn that the things that bother you at first when you came out do not bother you at all, and there's a lot of things that don't really bother me, and that's talking about certain subjects. I've mentioned that a little bit ago. I can talk about anything now. I was always so closed off to conversation. I didn't want anyone to think I was like gay or transgender or anything. I just was so worried about what they thought about me, and now it's just everything just like rolls off my tongue. Doesn't matter what I say at all. It does not bother me at all to say anything anymore. And then when I'm wearing like the clothes, I'm pretty comfortable with that. At first I was not comfortable having my breasts like out in public. I felt like it was a really huge change to like not have my boobs than have my boobs, because before I came out I was wearing a binder. So then after I came out I was like this. So I had a B cup, and they haven't grown really too much since then. Just they've rounded out a lot. But yeah, getting used to having boobs like out and about is kind of wild. I would wear like a really tight shirt and you just see them popping, and I'm just like, here I am. But now it's just completely normal. I love them, and I love the look of it, and I love the look of clothes on them, and that's just something I got used to over time, and it became natural. And let's think, my voice is a lot more natural now. That's really gotten a lot better. I guess being around family, that's a huge thing. That's hard to do. Being around friends, that's hard to do. So things like that. So just be prepared that things will get better, and at first they'll be really weird and awkward. So you will get there, I promise. Okay, next thing. This one's kind of triggering for me, but you will have a honeymoon phase with people around you. At least I did. I found a lot of people were excited that I was transgender. Some obviously weren't. You'll always have those people that don't like it at all, but there were some people that were excited I was transgender and really like talked to me for quite a while, and I realized that over time they just kind of faded from me, and I don't know if it was just my personality was changing. I don't know about that, or it was just like they got their fill of being friends with a transgender girl. I have no idea, but sometimes you'll have all these people complimenting you and saying how proud they are of you, and then it'll be done. And it kind of reminds me of whenever someone close to you dies. A lot of people around you will give you lots of support and really just kind of gather around you like they're giving you a big hug, and then over time they just kind of fade away and they just assume that you're fine, even though, as some people know, grief is a continuous thing. So people stop asking you how you're doing with the grief. And it's kind of like the same thing with coming out as trans. You have to get used to, in the beginning, people are like really hyper about it and just really on your side sometimes. And if you're lucky, I mean, it's a good thing. But it kind of like, once the dust settles, you realize, oh, they're not like my friend. They're just there to be a support system at that time, which is great. But I just have like a huge emotional attachment to people, and I found myself getting attached to these people, and then they would fade away from me, and I got really upset because I didn't understand what I did. And maybe I did do something. Who knows? That's why it's triggering to me. Sometimes I don't really know what happened with certain people. But I'm really appreciative of the ones that did that stuff. I know it's sad that they're gone from me, but I really appreciate all of them because it was nice to have that huge support system, because I know some people don't get that, and I'm very fortunate to have had that during a really hard part of my life. And thank you if you're listening and you're one of those people. I really do appreciate it all. I just am sad that we are not close anymore. But yeah, anticipate loss, anticipate sudden loss, anticipate someone being really close to you and then not all of a sudden. It's just a really weird thing to go through. It's just like grief. I swear, it's so weird. It's just like grief. But yeah, I've definitely found some amazing friends though. Some people did stay and stick around, and thank you if you did. And I love you guys so much, and I've met so many people because of being transgender, and it really filters out people and makes you know who's your ride or die and who really wants to be in your life for the long run. So that's what I got for what to expect when coming out as transgender. I hope that helps. It's just a small list. There's a lot of things to expect, but I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on things that I've experienced and hit the main bullet points, you know, because there's a lot. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'd be happy to answer it. You can always message me on my Instagram and my TikTok. I am planning on doing a Discord community soon. I have it all built out. I just need to invite people. So probably my next video, I'll be putting a link on my Discord so you can join it if you like, so you can meet some trans friends if you need some friends. So I've definitely got through a lot online with other trans girls, and I love you all for being there for me, and I hope I can continue to be there for you as well. So thank you, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!